Good morning, everyone. It's Justice for Comics. It's Sunday morning, nice and early. Want to go over the CovrPrice top 20 list for the week and highlight some books that are on the move, or there may be a few things on there that are fairly new to the list, so we'll go over that. Also got this in the mail today, finally. I ordered this, man, I don't know, I think at least 2 to 3 months ago. And I guess good old Marvel uses cheap-ass paper, so the first set of these were all damaged from where I bought them, and they had to get replacements, and finally I got it, but it is in perfect condition, which is awesome. It just took a little while to get it, but that is the trade dress for House of X #1, the Shannon Mayer variant. So yeah, I didn't get the Virgin as well. I don't know. I just thought it was pretty good. I like the setup and the look of the trade dress. Oop. Sorry, guys. Obviously, I have a pop-up. All of a sudden, everyone's thinking, man, he's speaking Spanish. What's going on here? So yeah, House of X #1, Shannon Mayer variant. I know the trade dress was only like, I think it was only like $13 or $15, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, the White Queen, she sure is stacked in this picture. No doubt about that. All right, moving on here. CovrPrice for the week ending 9/16. Let's take a look here at their top 20 list. Number 20 on the list, Venom #9. This has been on couple hot lists lately because of Dylan Brock. Obviously, Donny Cates has some plans for him. This is his first appearance, and it looks like a 7-day trend is up 87%, a high price of a CGC 9/8 at $200, so it's a pretty good price for that book. I think this might be the A cover. Yeah, that's the A cover. So I got pretty much every cover of this. My favorite, I don't know. The Sinkovich cover's nice. I gotta say though, I think my favorite is the animation variant with Spider-Man Noir on it. That's selling, I think it's selling consistently between $30 and $40. So that's probably the book that you want to try to get. It's a little bit more, I think it's like a 1 in 10 ratio, so it's a little bit more difficult to find. Number 19 on the list, Captain Marvel #1 from 2019. This is the first appearance of Ripley Ryan, who later becomes Star in issue number 8, I believe, of Captain Marvel. So yeah, this book's on the move. 7-day trend up 118%. A 9/8 just sold for $40. That's just the regular cover. I've got I think the only one I bought is, I have the Adam Hughes cover. So I would assume the Adam Hughes would go for a little bit more money than the regular issue, but since it was a little harder to find. Number 18 on the list, the sensational She-Hulk #1 from 1989. Not her first appearance, but her first solo series. And, you know, that was a dollar bin book not long ago. This was on the list last week, I believe. So no stranger to the Hot 10 lists or Top 20 lists. 9/8 just sold for $169. Number 17 on the list, Powers of X #4. The Garcia variant. I don't like that cover that much. I don't know. Something about it. I don't think it's that good. But Raws are going for $15 around there, so amazing. That book just came out. So all these Powers and Houses of X books are on fire. Powers of X #4, the Molina variant. I think this is the one I have coming to me from Midtown. A rawhide sale went for $20. That cover's much, much better. I think of the Powers of X #4. I think that's my favorite cover, is the Molina one. So I believe that's the one I grabbed. Number 15 on the list, The Joker #1 from 1975. You got an older book here, nice Bronze Age book. You know, I don't think this was a very expensive book traditionally, but now with the Joker movie coming out, any and all things Joker are definitely on the move. Kind of a cool cover. It's definitely more of the campy style of Joker. Yeah, so this is his first original solo series. 7-day trend up 176%, and 9/8 just sold for $680. So yeah, that book is definitely on fire. That's probably a book you might still find, probably not in dollar bins, but you might be able to find that pretty cheap in back issue bins. I don't think that was a book that was highly sought after for a long time, so you might find it still in some shops. The Savage She-Hulk #1 from 1980, first appearance. Looks like high-grade copies are over $500 now for that, so that is definitely a key book. You've got She-Hulk appearing in some Disney Plus series, I believe, coming up, so that's definitely going to feel it a little bit. But man, a Raw went for $525. I got a copy that was given to me for free, and it's definitely not in high grade, but it presents well. I mean, it's got some water damage on the back of the book, but the front of it looks really good. So I'm happy with my copy. I mean, it's not a character that, oh, I got to have a perfect condition copy of that appearance. I'm not a big She-Hulk fan, but yeah, I'm glad to have it in my collection. Number 13, Something is Killing the Children #1. This is the Chung variant. Lee Chung? That's incorrect. Isn't that Jay Lee? That's totally Jay Lee. This is absolutely incorrect. CovrPrice has this dead wrong. It's not Chung Lee. Lee Chung, rather. It's Jay Lee, so I don't know what they're doing there, but that variant was not heavily bought because of the three, it's definitely the one that's not the best. The A cover, I think, is way better, and the C cover by Frizen is absolutely on fire. But this book's going up mainly because no one bought it. So sometimes, if you've got two really hot covers on a book, you sometimes want to buy the one that's not hot just because there won't be enough pre-orders on it, and therefore the supply of the book will be a little bit limiting. So that's why that book's on the move. Raws are selling around $12.50, so still pretty affordable. Number 12 on the list, House of X #4. 7-day trend up 80%. Raws are selling for around $14. So A covers, a lot of times the A cover is the way to go. So keep that in mind when you're buying series that are pretty hot. You always want to, if you can, also pick up the A cover. And then there's another Molina variant for issue #4 of House of X. It connects obviously with the Powers of X #4. So it's a nice looking set, no doubt about it. The Raws are going for $30 for that one. Number 10, Batwing #19. I've highlighted this book. I also purchased it for really cheap. I got really, really lucky. I found an online website that was still had it on there. They still had it listed for like $1.50. So I bought this book for really cheap. But man, Raws are going for $100 now. Jeez. Up 77%. So 2 weeks in a row that book has been on fire. Number 9, Undiscovered Country. This is a Scott Snyder, Charles Soule book. I guess this is the Ashcan copy, so probably pretty low print run. Came out in July. I think this was under the radar. I didn't really know about this book. But yeah, going for Raws are selling for $100 apparently. Probably nothing I would go after. I'm not into ash cans. I don't really collect those, but I'm sure there's people out there that love that. Number 8, Harbinger #1 from 1992. This has been a well-known book, low print run, sometimes hard to find in really high grade. It's definitely Valiant at its pinnacle. That was a hot book many years ago, and that one stayed pretty hot over time. So, man, a 9.8 just sold for $1,300. Wow. And it wasn't that long ago. I remember seeing 9.8s for around $500-600, and I thought, man, that's too expensive. Yeah, it can always get more expensive. That's for sure. Lesson learned. Number 7 on the list, infamous Iron Man #1. This is all about artificial intelligence, Tony Stark. So in the new Disney Plus series, Riri Williams is going to be Iron Man, and Tony Stark will be the voice of the artificial intelligence system. So, yeah, that was a dollar bin book for a long time. I've got a copy. I've also got the incentive cover. The incentive covers on this series are really good. There's some beautiful incentive covers, and I mean, I'm telling you, I got them cheap. No one wanted them. I would go to comic book shops, and they'd be sitting there for almost nothing. And this was a absolute dollar bin book forever. And now Raws are going for $21. So there you go. You just never know what's going to happen. So that's why if you're like Jim's Comics, you just buy and hold on to everything, because you just never know what's going to end up being fire at some point. That book is on fire, which is good to see. And I like the series. I mean, I kind of like the idea of Doctor Doom trying to be a good guy. I mean, I thought it was well written. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. All right, number 6 on the list, Something is Killing the Children, #1. I have a copy right here. I just picked it up on my LCS. Right? Beautiful looking copy. That book is on fire. And the series is really well received. Raws are going for around $20, so not bad. Number 5, Bloodshot #37, from 1995. This is an older Valiant book. There's the cover. I'm not too sure why this book is hot. Does it say here? Former Valiant owner and Bloodshot film producer Dinesh Shimadasani tweeted out an image of this specific comic. It sent collectors scrambling for copies online, in turn driving up prices. The next day, Dinesh highlighted number 36. This is about when folks realized that they are merely counting down to something potentially a Bloodshot trailer. Some missed this connection and continued buying copies. Prices have settled back down. Are you serious? So this book only went up because the producer of the movie did a screenshot of the cover? Oh my God. So there's nothing going on in this issue. There's no first appearance, anything. But yet, this book, let's see what it's selling on eBay for. This is crazy. Well, there's an auction that's got 13 hours left. It's still at $2. Man, there's a $30 buy it now. There's a $17.91 buy it now. I mean, I guess there is a first. All right, I'll take it back. There is a first appearance. First Papa Juju. All right. So, that might be one, if you've got a comic book shop that has a lot of independents in back issue bins, you probably could find that one in a dollar bin. Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe look out for that in your local LCS. Number 4, Something is Killing the Children, the regular A cover, selling around $13. Yeah, I mean, I love that cover. I like that almost as much as the Frizzen. So yeah, I pre-ordered that book way in advance. Got that coming in my Midtown order soon. Number 3, Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool. Number 2, this is the Bagley Codex variant. Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking cover. I'm not a big Bagley fan. I think his artwork is okay. I mean, he's definitely, his style of artwork suits well for Spider-Man, but I don't know. I don't think he's that great, to be honest. But yeah, it says it's selling for around $35. I think that Codex, I think that was a 1 in 25, so it's only selling slightly above ratio. I don't think it's that hot. I don't think it deserves to be number 3 on the list. Number 2, Spawn 300, the McFarlane Virgin variant, selling at $91. Seems a little excessive, doesn't it? All I know is when I went to pre-order Spawn 300, the Virgin variants were all sold out like instantly. So I don't know how that can happen. So, you know, it's not supposed to be an incentive cover, and I was never able to even purchase it on a pre-order. So, oh well. I know I've got a couple issues of Spawn 300 coming. I think I've got I believe I was able to order the Virgin cover of the Capullo variant. So, but I wasn't able to get the McFarlane. So, oh well. What are you going to do? And number 1 on the list is Young Avengers number 1 from 2005. Looks like a high sale for a 9.8 went for $350. Amazing. I have that book. I have the entire run, 1 through 12, plus I've got the sketch cover of that number 1. So I had it on eBay. I've told the story many times on my videos. I had that whole set for sale at one time for like probably $25 or $30, and no one bought it. No one cared. No one even put an offer in. And luckily for me, the listing expired. And then when I saw that it was on Hot 10 lists and, Kate Bishop's first appearance, all this stuff came out about the series, I at first thought, oh man, I think I sold that. And luckily for me, I didn't. I still had it, and no one ever even bid on it. So it just shows you. Sometimes it's good to let your eBay listings expire. In my case, it worked out well. I could sell that whole set now for pretty good money. I think my number 1. The thing is, here's the deal: if you really want to sell your books, and they're really hot, that's when you go get them. Get that first issue graded. So I've got number 1. I think it's in high grade. I mean, I don't know. Is it a 9.8? Maybe. Is it a 9.6? It easily could be. But if I was going to sell that whole set, yeah, I would probably sell the keys first. I would get them graded. Yeah, I would spend, I think, issue number 1 and issue number 4 or 5? I can't remember. There's one of the issues, 4 or 5, is the first appearance of Kate Bishop actually becoming Hawkeye. So those 2 books are really hot, and that would be worth, those would be worth getting graded, spending a little extra money to get them graded if I was looking to sell them. But I think there's some longer term potential to that series. So I'm going to hold on to it. I think back then, 2005, I don't know, comic books they weren't doing well back then, from what I remember. So I don't think there's as many of those issues out there as you would think. So I don't know. We'll see. Long term, I think you could see those books go higher, especially if maybe they develop a movie on Young Avengers. I mean, that could definitely happen. So I think it's a good long-term hold. So that's your CovrPrice list for the week. Here's some other things that are going on. Raw sales of some older books. Hulk 181, raw sale for $35.75. Giant X-Men number 1 for $1,900. Looks like an 8.5. Ghost Rider, first appearance of Ghost Rider, sold for $1,600. Green Lantern number 1 6.5 sold for $16.75. Amazing Spider-Man 63 sold 9.2 sold for $14.20, and a first appearance of Harley Quinn, Batman Adventures number 12, 9.6 sold for $13.75. So it looks like the comic book market at the moment is very healthy. I like to see X-Men books doing well. Marvel's definitely back on top. You definitely couldn't have said that a year or two ago. I think DC has definitely been dethroned quite a bit. And independents are doing well. So, you know, right now the comic book market looks pretty healthy to me, from at least from what I see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this video. What do you think of these books? Maybe there's a few on there that you don't think deserve to be on the top 20, or maybe there's a book or two that should have been on there that wasn't. I'd like to hear your comments on that. All right, guys, have a great rest of your weekend, and look for my next video, most likely on Wednesday. Thanks.